Everybody in the galaxy, welcome back to planet Earth. How we doing? I'm doing great. It's Tape Tuesday down on this beautiful planet of ours, and I'm going to play you a song. Actually, it's going to be the end of a song. This one is The Land of Pictures. I get tempted to say The Land of Make-Believe. But this is on my album, Vegas Starshine. It's The Land of Pictures, at least the final bit. Check it out. We got Kiera in the chat, of course. We got the Neutral Container in the chat. Welcome back, my friend. Great music on SoundCloud. The Neutral Container. We got Gonzin in the chat. How we doing, my man? Gonzin. All right. We got Master Tiger in the chat. Welcome back, Master. Today we're going to try something a little bit different. That's what I like to do. We got the Tascam 414. Of course. We got Claire Bear in the chat. How we doing, Claire? All right. So what is it that we're going to do today? Something a little bit different. As I mentioned, I want to make one of these. I'm going to try to make one of these from scratch. But we do have a couple of these to reference. The story behind this is kind of funny. I think Gonzin and Draco were in the community Discord a couple weeks back, and we were all talking about these endless cassette. That's what they call it. They were typically used for automated messages or answering machines back in the day. This one is just too beautiful to open. I just got to keep it like that. Although I did buy it to kind of get in there and inspect it. But so I went ahead and bought a second one that might be a little. It's also beautiful. These things are beautiful, and they are non-renewable resources, at least the old school kind, the kind we love. And what it does is it has the tape in a loop. That's why it's called Endless Cassette. We got Hen in the chat. Welcome back, Hen. It's always good to see all of you, chat family. I love you all. Okay, what you're hearing in the background now is Ease 09. It's the effects track, and I played around with reversing it this time and pitching it down. It might be pitched down. I always try to do something a little bit different. Okay, 3 strikes, I'm out. So that's the effects only track. So it's kind of a little bit more smooth, so I can talk right on top of it. All right, how we doing in the chat, everybody? Everyone looks like they're doing great, which makes me feel good. Okay, I'm also doing great. I'm getting over a bit of a cold, but feeling good. So I'm a little bit stuffy. These things happen when you're a human being, a real in the flesh human. Human, as the Ferengis used to say. They maybe still say that, I don't know. Anyways, okay, so endless cassettes. Let's get back on track here. This is a strange type of tape loop. This one here, it's not telling me how long it is. But this one has a sensing foil, and that might be one of the reasons why I wanted to open this one up and poke around there is because it has a sensing foil in there, if you can see that. Now, what the sensing foil does is it can create a circuit on a machine that would be looking for it, and it would, I guess, do whatever the machine is going to do. I think maybe it would end the call if you're missed a call. You got the answering machine, which is a tape like this, and then the foil goes over that circuit, boom, and ends the call, and you get kicked off, and then you have to call again, my friend. Anyways, so I have a couple more of these endless cassette tape loops that I got from crypticcarousel.com. They are out of stock, which is a bummer because I would like to have a giant collection of these. They're a bit safer, I think, in theory, well, especially these ones that are manufactured to work. They're safer than the grand old Oodles of Noodles tape loop, which I've had some success with, but they still scare me. They still scare me a lot because you can have a log jam and they'll stop playing in the middle of a show, which doesn't feel so cool. Anyways, let me grab one of those for you so I can show you. I think I got one right over here. Yeah, we repaired this one on the last Tape Tuesday. Now, if you can see the tape in there, it's doing Oodles of Noodles. Similar to like a Roland Space Echo of sorts, but dodgy homemade style. I've had pretty good luck with these. I guess the worst thing that's happened is I've created log jams by using the Bic pen. You can, I don't know if it's because the angle or whatever, but these are really cool. And I have a couple Tape Tuesday episodes dedicated to the Oodles of Noodles tape loop. This one, I don't have a name for it. I think we should come up with a name for this, because endless cassette could just mean one of these other endless cassettes. That's like your, what I call the standard style tank tread tape loop. This is one of the shortest. You can make them even shorter by going just right there. But this gives you a little bit more length, and it's very easy to make. Keeps itself together nicely. All right, so yeah, you guys are chatting it up. Okay, so let's see. I think we're gonna open this up, but I want to maybe try my hand at making my own. I can't remember exactly what the issues were that potentially Gonzin was having. If you could chime in on that, Gonzin, that'd be much appreciated. But also, don't spoil it for me. I want to see if I can make one. And I'm just gonna fire into a normal blank cassette here, and I have a ton of these actually. I have a whole box, so if we mess up, we have plenty to go. Plenty to spare. But I think, yeah, let's just fire right in and see if we can make it work. I've had this problem before where I was thinking I could make a tape loop with a fused pre-recorded cassette tape, which doesn't have screws in it. And then I had a little bit more of a think on it and realized, no, you could spool in the new tape, but you can't get the tape over to the other reel because you have to shuck it like an oyster, basically. We've also done that on an episode of Tape Tuesday. We got Gonzin in the chat saying, endlessly mystical loop. Maybe we'll call it yeah, that's great. I think Kiara will like that one too. That's the missed a call loop, because you've missed a call. And you get to the answering machine loop. Oh, let's try it. Let's try it out. Don't spoil it for me, Gonzin, if you know. I can see it in my mind how I'm going to do this. And I think we should just give it a shot. So over here to the workstation, I got all the things we need. I got a splicing block, screwdriver, most important. And I got some loop tape, of course, but I don't think we're going to be using that because I'm going to use this. And hopefully this is blank. I don't remember which tape this came out of. How can I remember? Now this is interesting because it has only one screw here. It's making me wonder about that. I have so many cassettes. It's an embarrassment of riches, as they say. I have a whole pile. Yeah, this also only has a screw in the middle. What was I doing there? That's very strange. At any rate, let's go for it. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. I'm used to taking out five screws. That's something I do. I like to pin them down with one screw because that's all you need to keep it together. All right, let's try it out. So let's see here. Now this loop that I'm talking about, it does a strange thing. What it does is it the tape feeds out of this area right here. Let me get a better tool for some contrast here. The tape feeds out of the middle, I guess, and then it comes down into the cassette and gets read on the playhead, and then when it spools back up, it goes on the outside. So it's quite strange, a little bit mystical, I guess, and definitely missed a call. So I'm gonna try this out here. I'm a little bit concerned about the tension. I suppose we could use this tape here as our backup, but I'm gonna do my standard tape loop jobber process here. And maybe I'll zoom you in just a touch. Okay, so the way I attack this is I cut the leader right there. And we don't really need that, but I often will take this out, and this one has like a pin. It's my other favorite Tape Tuesday word. Hop the pin, my friend. I imagine we might consider hopping some pins here, and I'll get to what that means a little bit later if you're just joining us. Okay. That's good. It's always nice to have extra reels so you can keep it real. And splicing tape. It's nice to be back for Tape Tuesday. Got a lot of cool shows coming up. I know I've been talking about my night capacitor show, and I've been doing a lot of work on getting everything ready for that. It's going to be freaking awesome. Fantastic even. Fantastiche. That's where I hook up as many machines as I can. So many machines. And just jam. Bit of a studio session, but usually how I make most of my songs is just by doing a monster jam session, and then I do subtractive arrangement in Ableton. At least that's what I call it, because you're kind of refining it down to the parts you like. But I know I've been promising that night capacitor show any day now, any week now. It's just it's been a lot of stuff going on. You know, I do like to think that I have a life outside of the studio, but those of you who really know me know that I don't. I only do music all the time, every time. So, all right, here we are, down to the. This is new territory for me. I've never made one of these loops before. Never tried. I'm wondering if I should keep what I call the slip mat in there so it can be nice and smooth, but it doesn't look very cool. There are clearer ones on certain cassettes. Anyways, let's see. we're gonna need a reel like that, I imagine. I also have these rubber bands that I use on the Oodles of Noodles cassette tape loops. I'm wondering if it would be a good idea to put a rubber band on here just to force... Well, no, because that's where the tape is going to be coming out, so you don't really want rubber on it. Okay, we're not going to do that. I'm sure Gonzin is over there laughing at me because I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done this yet. It's the mystical, endlessly missing mystical tape loop. So the reason why I think I can kind of do this, I have some confidence in myself making this happen here, is because I've extracted the plastic reel portion from a few of these tapes, and if you just push it out, it will kind of create a donut of tape there. And where's the Freaky Teddy? Freaky Teddy loves eating those little tape donuts. I keep trying to tell that Freaky that it's not edible, but... There's the Freaky. Where's that Freaky? Oh, I see you, Freaky. That is one Freaky Teddy. I'm telling you. Sure, it's cute, though. Of course. Okay, so I want to get this right, if I can. So the tape is going to... Yeah, it's going to be a little bit backwards here. This is the mystical loop. I think that name's going to stick, Gonzin. So on the outside is the take-up. So yeah, I think I'm going in the right direction here. I just wanted to make sure, because this can get a bit messy when you start messing around with the tape. All right. I suppose then I should push this up. Okay, we're gonna flip it upside down. Don't let me forget. And it's under a lot of tension there. It reminds me of myself sometimes. Oh, come on. Okay, so we're upside down, and I am pushing... I hope you guys can kind of see this good. I'm gonna push the reel out while trying to maintain that donut shape of the tape. Now, okay, we're down to the tape now. So we had our tape leader and our reel. This is fun, at least. Once again, don't spoil it, Gonzin, if you know. We got Claire in the chat saying, Freaky Teddy! He's too cute. He is almost too cute. All right. And the music is getting a little bit freaky, too. So that's how you know. That's how you know that the Freaky is close by. Oh, boy. All right. Wow, it feels like Halloween again. Just a little bit. So I need some ski sores. I'm going to cut this. I'm just going to cut it randomly. I feel like we might need a bit more slack, but it's got a nice curl. Okay, so let's flip it back over again. Let's not forget that part. Now, you see, that's where the tape's going to feed out. It's going to feed out like that. So I might as well try to put this reel back in here. And I'm hoping for not too much slack, because in my think about this, that could have been one of the potential issues, is how do you even wind up such a tape? Anyways... That part, my friends, is ready to go. And wow, that is some freaky music there. But, you know. I hope this is going to work. I hope it's going to work. Now, I must admit, that music is making it a little bit hard to concentrate. Okay. Okay, so there it goes. Okay. Let's open this part up here. This is tape leader town, and there's some tape, which can be dangerous. I haven't started making a tape bug just yet. Tape bug, I like the... Okay, yeah, here we can make a little tape bug. Go for the dragonfly, right? But it seems like they end up being more of a Vega V. Anyways, there's a tape bug for today. I'm I'm just trying to be so careful here not to spoil my own lunch. Because a common thing people like to complain about with cassette tapes is that they unravel like crazy. Okay, now this would be an absolute monster of a tape loop. I don't even know how much tape that would be, but I could imagine that could be 30 minutes or so. It could take a long time to listen for the splice. I suppose we could kind of... Yeah, that might be kind of a camp out. You guys will have to be camping out extra long just to test the splice. Okay, I'm going to try to put this reel back in here carefully. Did it work? Okay, I'll just set that down. And I think we kind of got it, but now it's tying itself in knots, which is not good. This will be, I might have to say it. This is like more of a tape worm than a tape bug. Look at that. The full moon's coming up, so if anyone's getting ready to do a parasite cleanse, there you go. Here's your tapeworm. Full moon's the best time to do that. If you know, you know. Okay, that is a freaky tape bug. Yeah, sorry about the just kind of general craziness. It's it's a feature, not a bug. Okay, now I'm gonna take these off here. My shades. Sometimes I let Freaky Teddy wear those, but he doesn't like to give them back. Okay, I've got to figure out what is going on here. So I'm going to cut some more of this. It's ribbon. Christmas ribbon tape. I can't really see what is going on. I don't think you guys can either. I'll zoom in a little bit more for you. Okay, so add a little more lighting. This is a mess. It's turned into a mess really quick. Maybe I'll just cut. This is like what I do with the night capacitors. It's subtractive arrangement, and this would be subtractive tape loop making at its finest, I think. I hope. Okay. That is a freaky tape. Now, what I want to do is have that come out. Okay, we're looking pretty good. I assume this is gonna work, you guys. I could be crazy though, but it's worth a try. Let's see. If I can keep this tape oriented in the right direction. All right, let's feed it in. I'm not hopping the pin. I'm wondering if I should, though. I wonder, part of another issue here is that it's going to be only the capstan driving this, which could be a problem. I don't know. We might just pop this into the Tascam and realize, yep, it doesn't work. Gotta try something else. Gotta revise. Okay, so I'm wondering actually if it's gotta roll, It's gotta... I don't know, you guys. This is sketchy. Anyways, we got Kiara in the chat asking, where's the cassette emoji? Well, there's a VHS cassette emoji, but that's all we get, which is silly because cassette tapes I use cassette tapes more than I use VHS tapes. I do use VHS tapes, but not that much. So see, look at this. It's twisting itself apart here. It wants to Mobius around. I don't know. I guess I get some points for trying. I'm not sure. We might have to crack this sucker open. If nothing else, we can replace the tape on that. I'm also wondering, how can I make that rotate? It is heavy. It's thick. And yeah, I'm starting to feel like this might it might not work out the way I was envisioning. But if the capstan is feeding here and this is rolling, I still want to try it. But I'm gonna take a quick little break here. Oh no, my shades! Hey, look at that! Check me out. Gotta put those shades back on, my friends. Anyways, let's check out the chat here. What are you guys talking about? I always feel like I'm missing out a little bit when I get down into the tape workshop realm. We got Kiara talking about Ease 09. Hey, if you haven't checked out the latest Ease show, that's Ease 09. That's featuring a lot of cool vocals from Kiara herself and Electric Archaic, myself. Yeah. We got Gonzin in the chat saying, the reel on the endless tapes is angled so it feeds the tape off of the reel. We might have to break this open and at least replace the tape, because with the sensing foil on there, that's going to create, I imagine it'll create a nasty splice. I don't know how long this tape is, but dang. Well, that's what I get for thinking I can cut tape and cut corners. Well, it's not that I was cutting corners, it's just that I saw it in my mind, you know, if the tape is going here on the outside and then it's coming out, it should just be a happy tape. But I'm kind of realizing that it's probably just gonna pull it out in Mobius loops. I suppose we should open this up, have a proper look at what we're trying to do here. Let's see. We got Gonzin in the chat earlier saying, I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah. Bat country. And Gonzin saying, I'm not responsible. I'm not making you responsible. I just know that you were the first pioneer to go into the Oodles of Noodles tape realm and into the mystical Endless Cassette. Endless call collectors. All right, so I think I'm kind of caught up on the chat here. Gonzin saying, and there's space in the shell for the tape. We're gonna have to crack this open because the thing is that these Oodles of Noodles tape loops are a bit difficult to make, and they're scary to use, especially in a live setting, because if they log jam, it just stops. So your music just stops. Although I did have a couple of tapes just run out to the end in my last Ease show, which is always fun when you're when you're DJing something and it just stops on you. But I might be one of the only people that notices these things, so that's fun. Anyways, okay, let's crack it open. Let's get back to work here and see what we're really dealing with. We'll come back to this in a moment. But anyways, I think that it would be potentially the Long Boy cassette tape loop of choice if we can find out a nice way to get them working. I'm tempted to say if we just need a special reel for this, maybe we can get some 3D printed or injection molded. All right, how do you open these? There's saying open right here. Come on, where is it? There we go. Here we go, opening up a beautiful TDK Endless Cassette tape, a non-renewable resource. Yeah. It may not be renewable, but it sure is going to be around forever. I feel kind of bad about that, but we do have a good recycle center near the studio, so I'll make sure to get that there. Okay, this doesn't help us very much because it's not clear, but we're gonna pop it open. We're gonna get in there. Beautiful cassette, by the way. And it's got some plasticky chunks coming off of it. Wow. Let's see. Does it have a smell? I can't smell. Okay, so let's see what we're actually up against now. This is the screw for our cassette that we were doing. I'll put that up there. I guess we know because these ones are silver screws. Anyways, I hope everyone had a good weekend. Those of you in the States, like I am, hope you had a grand old Thanksgiving feast. Hope you didn't gain too much weight. Get back on the bandwagon, or off the bandwagon. No more pumpkin pie for ya. Just kidding, I love that pie. All right, so as you can see, that's a tape loop. Okay, so maybe that's what Gonzen's talking about. There is a gap. Yeah, maybe that's why we didn't make very much progress on this Gonzen in the community Discord chat room. All right. See, and it's weird because it doesn't even have the teeth on the reel, and you can see the reel is like its own little plate. I feel bad opening up a non-renewable resource and then just destroying it immediately. I suppose. That's very interesting. And so it's got all sorts of magic here that I've never opened one of these up before. I have a couple that are clear and I just have music on them. Sometimes I play them on my Ease show. That's funny. We got Claire in the community Discord making fun of me. Does it smell? I can't smell. Does it smell? Quote, quote, sniff. I can't smell. I really can't. And I'm getting over this sinus cold too. So yeah, I got a little bit of sniffles already. So even if I could smell, I probably couldn't. There's layers to that, as some of you may know. Okay, Gonzen in the chat saying it's really tricky to do, but replacing the tape in the endless is the way, or just edit out the foil might be easier first go. See, the thing is I want to have an hour-long tape loop. I'm going straight for the biggest balloon in the parade here. No, but this never said how long it was, really. It's called an EC for Endless Cassette 30SG. And you can't see it because there's no contrast, but I'm assuming that means that can't be 30 minutes. It's probably 30 seconds. Oh, it's a 30SG for 30 seconds. Just wait 5 secs. I'll figure it out. Okay. Yeah, 30 secs, I guess. That's what Gonzen's saying. Anyways, well, bummer. That's going to probably be one of those Electric Archaic Tape Tuesday bummers, I think. Which is fine, because we're doing it for the science, I think. I mean, if you think hard enough, you don't need to fail, right? Is that how that works? I thought hard enough, so I will succeed. More energy, more passion, right. So, yeah, this is clearly a highly customized cassette. And then there are all these standoffs and special pins. Talk about hop the pin. They do hop the pin. There actually are no pins down here. The usual hop 'em up pins are not there. So that's a bit of a bummer. But at any rate, we probably need to get that foil out of there. And I'm not sure where it is or how exactly to encourage it to show itself. I suppose we could hop on over to our favorite, the Tascam 414, and do some really dodgy stuff that might potentially create more problems than solutions. But I've never done this before either. This is going to be we're heading into new territory. We did our retrograde review last Tape Tuesday, so Tape today is going to be making up for the fact that we weren't pioneering on the last one. This is very sketchy indeed, and that's crazy. So I've gone ahead and put the endless tape there in the Tascam with no top on it. I imagine that might be kind of a stupid thing to do, but let's try it out. I'm gonna put it into Walkman mode. That's my speed modification. I got a video explaining how to do that on my channel. We got Rooftop Koreans music in the chat asking, "What are you even doing? This is not going to work. Stop." What the WTF are you doing? What do you think you're doing? Okay, I want to find the sensing foil. I want to sense where the foil is at, my friend. Rooftop. Yeah. I got Gonzin backing me up. Thanks, Gonzin. And I think I have all my other chat family backing me up, too. Hey, where's Hen? Where's Claire? Claire's saying, have faith, Rooftop. Have faith in your leader, Jono, who doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Thinks he can make an endless tape loop out of a normal tape. I'm going to be very careful. And we got DJ Reggie C, aka Misty Forest, I think. How we doing, Misty? Or Reggie, whichever person you are today. Kiara is saying, help is on the way. You need to put the top shell back on. Yeah, even Gonson says this is no good. I wanted to try it. What possibly could happen? Ruin my Tascam? That'd be an expensive experiment, I think. Since I already have a brick of a Tascam on the floor. Oh, Fritzy Poppy, we'll get you fixed one day, and then I'll get another Tascam. We'll have 4 Tascams for ease at some point. How awesome will that be? Why exactly do I need to put the top back on that tape? Can't I just try? Couldn't we have a trial? Just a little trial. Problem is, a little trial could turn into a big problem. And I got sunglasses on. And I got a microphone in my face. It's not gonna work, is it, guys? Can I try? I want to try. I'll push stop really fast. This is my good Tascam too. Let's try it. Yeah, it's not working. Okay. I wasn't gonna go full blast, you guys. Oh, now I'm losing the little. Oh, okay. Right. I'm heeding the warnings. Rooftop. He's shouting from the rooftop, letting me know. I'm being a little bit silly today. Maybe it's that cold I'm still getting over. I'm not thinking straight. Now this is also very weird. Okay, yeah. Clearly I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to this type of tape, because I'm just noticing there's a piece of felt right here. I hadn't felt that. Okay, so there's a normal felt, which I imagine is here. These things went into special machines. And I'd like to get my hands on one of those machines if I can, but I don't know what. Yeah, they're not really around anymore. Okay, so whoa. We got DJ Reggie saying, do you have a clear top to put on it? I do. Problem is, it doesn't have this thin part here. You see that? I think it needs that, or else it's gonna come out and I guess get folded or something. Anyways, that was that was what we were doing here today. We were trying to figure out how deep this water actually is, and it's you don't really want to jump into the deep end of one of these cassettes. I've just found out. We got Kiara in the chat saying, where does he get all these wonderful toys? From Batman, of course. I got all my purple clothes in the closet somewhere. But it's Batman on the show. It's a mix. Yeah, we got Gonzin confirming it's a guide for the tape. Yeah. Okay. Noodles everywhere. Thanks for the warning. You really scared me, Rooftop. You got me really straight scared. But I got your message, and we found out. Kind of did mess it up a little bit, but I think we can potentially figure it out. I just want to know where that silly foil splice is. I don't know how to get to it. That's kind of the problem. The only way I know it might work to get at it is rolling the tape forward until I see it. Okay, here. I just fixed it, I think. We are having a bit of a tension problem, which I hope will fix itself. Let me get some of these things out of the way. I'm really not sure what the end goal here is today, but I've been meaning to try this, because if we can figure out how to make this type of a tape loop out of your normal cassette, that would be kind of a revolutionary move in the way of ambient tape looping business, right? We got Gonzin in the chat saying scary. I know you see a lot scarier thing. A lot scarier a thing, Gonzin. Remember, I'm the guy that is just slightly comfortable with the soldering iron and schematics. That's funny. We got Kiara in the chat saying, so are you, Gonzin. A guide for the tape. Oh, I get it. So it's funny because I've noticed this happens a lot, especially when I watch back on my shows. I'll see things in the chat, and I'll fish them out, and I think I know what you guys are talking about, and I don't know what you guys are talking about. So you got a freaky teddy bear with me on that, because I can only do so much at once. Anyways, Kiara was saying, so are you, Gonzin, and then Gonzin says, scary? Yeah, totally different story in reality than what was going on in my head, but hopefully you're here for the weirdness. Anyways, okay, let's try to make something work today. I like to make things work. I don't like to break things either, so. And I have a feeling that our friend Rooftop does not like things to break either. That is a short tape. Oh, there's the sensing foil. It was right there all along. Okay. How would I have known? How could you? Okay, so the sensing foil. The other problem is that you can't really you can't rewind this type of a thing. Now I will have to spin it all the way forward. I think things can be a little bit difficult when you first try them out, and oftentimes I think it discourages people from continuing on, which isn't very pioneerly like of them. I'm making up way too many words today, so if there are any grammar pullet-sci out there, don't come for me. I'm just having fun. So, okay. If I can... Let's see if I can be the tape guide, since we don't have Gonzin here in person. Oh gosh, this is very strange. 30 seconds? That could take a while going this speed. Maybe I'm doing okay. Sometimes, yeah, once you get the hang of it, you can kind of do it. So I'm just I'm kind of rolling the rolling the tape. It's a mess. Maybe that's how you pull your slack. So you just don't. Yeah, it's weird. I've never been into this type of a tape before. And the sensing foil, was that on the inside? Maybe it was. I suppose I could put the shell back on here and... well, here's the other thing. Why don't we just replace the tape with this giant chunk? Maybe I'll revisit this foil jobber. Oh, there he goes. I'm just going for it. Yeah, see, that could take a long time. And look at the mess I've made. Effectively, I want to know actually what bias this tape is, if they even cared about that. Can you guys find it? I'm just kidding. Let's see. Let's see. The weirdest episode of Tape Tuesday. It's got to get weird, you know. We've done almost everything we can do. Well, not quite, because I'm saving a whole lot of stuff for Tape Week. And I'm just started making the graphics for Tape Week. It's looking pretty cool. Of course, Tape Week is going to happen when I get 500 subscribers. So give me a like and subscribe if you're having fun with me here today. If you like fumbling around with technology. Limited warranty. I think we avoided our limited warranty pretty quickly. I don't think they take these things either. I'm trying to find out what the bias is on this tape, and I don't think it's going to say. These things, I guess, just went straight into one of those fancy answering machine tape players, and had the message recorded on it, and that was that. But you can sometimes tell by the color of the tape, this is looking a bit dark. Let's see, I'll turn on the VHS overhead light here. You know, that's your standard kind of a ferric type 1 tape, and this is a bit darker, although it does kind of look red. So I have no idea what the bias would be on that, but after all that trouble, you know, I gotta find the foil. What do they call that? A foil, sensing foil. Where are you? There it is. Wait, there's 2 of them. Interesting. Can you see that? I'm trying to get it to reflect. Whoa! And this whole side. Not sure if you guys can see that or not. It's pretty cool. See that silver? That is a giant chunk of sensing foil, and then on the flip side, it has metallic looking tape kind of keeping that together. Anyways, the anatomy of a tape, once again with Electric Archaic. I'm gonna do my scientific best to not ruin this, because this might be kind of a fun scrap of tape to play around with. Kind of want to untangle it a little bit, but maybe I can do that after the show or something. Right. Yeah, that might be... Who knows? Anyways, there it is, my friends. The sensing foil tape. I'm going to put you... Maybe I'll give that to Freaky Teddy as a necklace. Freaky Teddy says it's a bit too big, which I agree. I agree with that. Freaky. All right, let's let me take another break here. God, it's been a bit of a different episode here. We got Master Tiger saying 26, which you were saying last week, and I know you're not talking about Tape Tuesday episode because it's episode 27, one of my favorite numbers for some reason. I like that number. Right, so let's see. We got Gonzin in the chat saying, I found it easier to mark the tape where the splice needs to be. Can use a point on the case as a reference to get the extra tape. Just loose a loop. Yeah. And then we got Claire in the chat saying its total recording and playback duration is 30 minutes one way. I'm not sure if you got that information from AI, but we know how that works. AI is often wrong. That's the nickname I'm giving AI these days, because there's no way that's 30 minutes. It's 30 seconds for sure. And I don't know why you would want an extremely long... Well, movie theaters had these tapes. Those of you who remember calling into a movie theater in the 90s, back when the movies were worth seeing, of course, they would have these tapes that would tell you all the show times. They would tell you what movies are playing in the theater and whatnot. And so you might want a longer one for that. But in the case of this one, it's a endless cassette, 30 seconds, and I don't know what the G is for. I was thinking that was for I'll see you in 30 secs, but in 30 segs, which I'm getting out there. Anyways, so let's see. The tape goes, this is Gonzin in the chat, saying the tape goes on those reels really easy. Just need to keep a tail out in the center to grab. I'm failing to understand how the tape would go on to that easy if it's not already coiled up. Because I could just put a loop in there and have all the extra tape coming out the bottom, which I do for the Oodles of Noodles tape loop. However, I'm not sure. I mean, does it pull itself together? I guess that's the real question, because if it does, it will make it a bit easier. But I still am tempted to massively upgrade this tape loop to a 30-minute. See, this is more like 30 minutes of tape here, I think. So let's clean it up and let's get back to business, because I'm going to be honest, you guys. I don't think I'm going to waste your time or my time today on trying to figure this out. I think we already figured out as much as we needed to on that. So, all right. Let me zoom out just a touch so you can see a little bit more. And I'm going to put this felt jobber back in, although I can never remember where it exactly goes. This is that right? That's not right. There we go. I think that's a bit better. Okay, so with this again, let's see. That's going to be the way to do it. So let's pop the tape down. We got a lot of extra slack now to work with. So it's not too bad, but that is indeed an upgrade, I think. Okay. Feeling a little bit better about that. And hopefully we didn't lose Rooftop. Thinking that Electric Archaic is some sort of tape imbecile over here. I try not to be. I don't know. I do make my mistakes, and on live television sometimes. But you guys are good. You guys are a good support system for me. Okay, so that's the general idea there. I have plenty of tape, so just as long as I have enough to do some splicing block magic, because if we're going through this much trouble, we might as well use the splicing block. I'm going to just pull out a little bit more, so we have a lot to work with. We have plenty of tape. Too much, in fact. Another problem with this, and I hope that this didn't have anything on it pre-recorded. You never know with some of these sold as blank tapes. I tried to verify all of them. All 80, I think I bought 80 blank, sold as blank cassettes a couple months ago for Tape Tuesday. And it was only about 5 or 6 of them that had anything on them pre-recorded. Okay, I'm kind of just this is turning into an endless loop of me just pulling out more and more tape, but I want it to not be mangled. I hate it when the tape is mangled, especially before you even had a chance to listen for the splice. Okay, speaking of the splice, you got our splicing block here. And I don't need my handy dandy ruler, which I usually do use for the standard style tape loop. Okay, we got Gonzin in the chat saying, I think this might work. With a happy face. Okay, I'm going to do my scientific best to make it a happy tape loop. I love saying that. Shout out to Bill Alexander, the original inventor of the happy tree. It's cool how we're all picking up lingo from each other, you know? And it's also cool to see how it evolves and progresses. Okay, I'm gonna need more of this tape. I feel like I want to do the splice without closing up the whole thing, but you gotta watch out for those Mobius loops. It's really like the major enemy of tape loop makers all around the galaxy. I really want to hear some tape loops from another planet. Hopefully humanity can get its act together enough to where we could have those experiences. That'd be really great. I'm talking to you. What can you do to make this planet a little bit more friendly for the friendly aliens that I know are out there waiting for us to get our act together? Okay, I'm pulling out even more of this tape. So let's see if I can remember how. This is the weirdest episode ever. I just keep fumbling around with this tape. It's so curly. A lot of the time the tape is not that curly. Okay, so let's see. The curl can help you though when you're trying to figure out how to not Mobius it, or well, it tells you what the correct side is. So I'm gonna lay this tape down. The splicing block already. That's correct. Now where's my razor jobber? I got my splicing tape ready. Got my razor, and it's the cardboard bit that I like, although this is thinner than the last one that I retired. I retired that original Tape Tuesday razor. We went for the gold this time. Okay, so use this little piece of cardboard to push that tape down in there into the splicing block. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I can trim off the excess because it's really bugging me. It's gonna go hang out with the tape bug there. And I'm gonna use the angle splice, of course. So I put down this leader protector, I call it, over the area. You don't cover the, yeah, anyways, just watch. No. I've done this, I guess, 27 times, so you can check that out. Yeah, I need a thicker cardboard for that. Where's the old? I was thinking about maybe framing the old Tape Tuesday razor with maybe a first episode's cassette tapes. That'd be kind of cool. Anyways, I got the gold one now. Though nothing is the right color around here. Everything's a little bit strange. Let's see if I can fix that a little bit. Anyways, gosh, hyper distracted mode. It happens. Okay. Now, let's get that twist. Everyone, gosh, it's gonna make me shout. Where's John? The Lennon one. Twist and shout. Okay, so that is the correct side right there. If I can get it in there. Wow, that's curling all over the place. I think that's what's making today a little bit difficult, is this tape has never, it's like when you go on a road trip and you don't get out to stretch. This tape has been all curled up, cooped up for potentially, don't know, 40 some years, or who knows, 40, I don't know. It's probably more of a 90s tape. I'm not sure what was making me think that this would be a 90s tape, but come on, buddy. Okay, I'm scared about that. There's a lot of scary stuff going on around here, but the main thing is, I guess, I hate to say this, but we could fix, I don't know, let's not say that we can fix it later. Let's verify now that we are on the right side, because it looks like I have a Mobius, but I don't. Yeah, okay, we're good. You have to verify these things. It's sometimes better to take a little bit more time if rushing in is gonna cause a calamity. Okay, this is the time where I gotta get down in there and make the cut. Once again, I cut down, I kind of cut slice. You don't chop it, that's the main thing. Don't chop it, because it can pull the tape in there, and then you gotta start over. Here we go. That looks like a happy cut to me. I grab these tweezers. There's this extra bit of tape. Am I doing the right thing? Oh no. Yeah, I am. Gosh. This is like Halloween's version 2 here. I'm scared. Scared of the tape. Okay, splicing time. Not sure again what splice is best, the straight cut or an angled cut. Hey, we got Dolphin in the chat. How we doing, Dolphin? I know. If ever I talk about aliens, that's when Dolphin chimes in the chat. We love you, Dolphin. Okay, there's a nice splice. I like to use the tweezers, and if you get it just right, I kind of right justify the tweezers. Wow. Anyways, I gotta get down in there again, because this is the most scary part. Okay, cool. I think that's gonna be a happy splice. Now, we'll see. We'll see what we do next. I'm gonna go ahead and just fix this, the internals here. I don't think we need these skizors anymore. It is skizor season. every Tuesday. I'll put the skizors and the razors away. Resource. Okay. It's fun to think out loud. I just wonder if you guys think it's also fun to hear me. So yeah, sometimes I'm talking sometimes. It is interesting, this extra bit of felt right there, which seems to be glued to the case itself. That might be where the sensor is for the sensing foil. That would be my guess. Okay, now let's free this tape from the splicing block. Nice and easy. And I do like to give it a nice little pinch right there. I usually do that with the cardboard to avoid greasing it up, but whatever. So, okay, this is still... I gotta have a name for this tape. Swirly McCurly? I don't know. It's way too curly to work with. I'm wondering if I can... Okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. Gonzin. Gonzin. I love that Gonzin. Gonzin is... I think Gonzin is running out of patience for me in my 606, which, yes, is still on the fritz. Gonzin is helping me out with the schematics there. Hopefully I can... Well, I think I'm going to pull out the multimeter a little bit later. Maybe today, if I can find the time. And test out some of the capacitors on my 606, because the hi-hats are on the fritz. So everyone give a big shout out to Gonzin for being, I suppose, our resident wizard of electrical expertise. How do you like that title, Gonzin? Our humble Gonzin. Okay, I'm gonna just twist this up. I'm trying to get the slack out of there. It looks like I've got everything. I'm pinching the tape. Okay, that's the thing about the slack. You can't go too fast, I guess, with this. Come on, come on. I think we are taking up some slack. That would be nice. It was one of my main worries, is how to get the slack out of something like this. Oh, I think we're there. We're almost there. I lost my... I don't know what this... I kind of want to call this the feed-in. This is the hungry part of the tape. This is where all the action happens. All right. How about that? Boom! No more slack. Cut me some slack, my friends. Look at that. All right. I don't know if we lost some of you in the chat. They were saying, "Don't do it. Put the shell back on. You can't eat that oyster on the half shell. That's got to be the whole shell." Woo! Kiara in the chat saying, "Evolving monikers galore." Yeah, that's the funnest part about having a freaky radio show on live television. All the community memes and mangy monikers. Okay, let me check up on the chat here. We got Gonzin saying, "I see you can hold down tape for those blocks to stop the tape from jumping out." Yeah, we did get it though in the end. We got Dolphin saying, "You did it even though you were scared." I was scared, but scared could potentially be considered a relative term here. There's a lot of other things that scare me more than this, and one of them is chemicals that don't belong in the galaxy, but we won't go there. That's the Joker products coming out, you know. Don't steal my balloons. We need fresh air in those balloons. Anyways. Gonzin saying, "I'm not worthy, ... You are worthy, my friend. I'm telling you that you are. If I know anything about Gonzin, Gonzin is a legend. And so are the rest of you." Gonzin saying, "I'm still scared." Okay, well, we got to close it up here. Here's the problem. Here's a big problem, actually. This tape is not clear, so we will have no idea what's going on in there. And since there's nothing recorded on it, that I usually assume right with things like that. It was in the, yeah. Anyways, I have a special pile of tapes that were sold as blanks but are not blank because they need to be dealt with in a slightly different way, because my Tascam has this resident tape jobber right here covering up the erase head, because when you're recording tape loops, you don't want that gap. That's just as bad as having a sensing foil in your tape. So yeah, Gonzin, I think I'm still a little bit scared too, because I have no idea what's going to be going on inside the shell of that tape. I'm hoping though. And you know, here's the other thing. The splice is long gone on that. It's long gonzin. Get your long johns, it's winter. There's basically no way to listen to that for the splice, and I can't look for it too. So this is some kind of it is a mystical cassette. There we go. Get your last look at it. This is like my 606 on Monosynth Monday episode 2. That's one good thing about having a show is that you can go back and verify if your machines were broken at a certain date based off of the last time you used it in a show. Okay, just getting this carefully back together. And there's some cool, well, I don't know if it's cool, but it says warning. Yeah, there's a lot of warnings coming with these tapes. And I've noticed that it also has the capstan holes on this side, which I should tape over. Actually, is it that? Oh, no, it does have this is covered up. So you have your capstan hole here, which will allow you to, flip the tape. These are mirror images of each other, of course. But if you flip this tape like that and try to put it into your machine, there's no hole there. So the machine won't accept it, but you can also break your capstan with a cassette like this. So heed all the warnings, Tape Man Jono. Okay, I will. I'll do my best. Let's get the screws back in here. I'll do all 5. Most of the time I like to do just one to test the tape, but the interesting thing, this is very interesting because I have so much tape in here that it might just take me the whole entire length of the tape to test if anything records to it. I guess don't know how we're going to test the tape and without just going full on. Wow, you can hear me stuttering. My brain is stuttering as well. We're pushing into alien territory here on the show. Okay, well, I really don't know what to do or say about that now. How are we ever going to know? How will we know? How will we know that this is a happy tape loop or not? Usually throw it right into the Tascam and I say, listen for the splice, but what are we listening for today? Now I kind of wish I did have a pre-recorded something or other on that tape. Anyways, I'll press play. I don't know if it's going to show us anything or not. I wonder if I can... Oh, there is stuff on there. Look at that, and it's working too. Okay, so at risk of getting a copyright strike, let's hear it. Watch, it's one of my it's one of my tapes. Is it? No, it can't be. It sure is freaky, I'm telling you. Well, what do you know? Hey. I guess, that's a head scratcher there. Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna turn down the music here in the Ableton. It's about ready to loop anyway. Suppose I'll just pause it. Let's just do the pause. It always sounds weird when it goes from having a background sound to straight silence, but let's check it out in the chat room here, you guys. We got Kiera in the chat saying a whole lot of stuff. So here for all this granularity. Granularity. That's the word we're gonna have to bring around. Evolving monikers galore. We got Dolphin saying, you didn't even know you're scared. I already read that chat. I'm behind. Get the garlic. That's what Kiara's saying to Gonzin. I done that earlier. We knew you did it. I think Gonzin wakes up and eats 10 cloves of raw garlic every morning, and then 10 cloves for lunch, 10 cloves for breakfast. I still haven't tried that raw garlic like you've suggested, Gonzin. We got Master Tiger still here. How you doing, Master? I love that tiger. Kiara saying realness, and Kiara also saying freaky cassette bat country. Yeah, it is bat country. DJ Reggie C was sound live earlier 90s techno rave. Yeah. Let's hear some reversed. I have no idea what that is because that's on the reversed side. And I'm only playing you the effect. So effectively, I might avoid a copyright strike here. But I gotta kind of gotta kind of cut it. Well, so that ended up being a nice surprise. We know that it is working because it was pre-recorded, which it shouldn't have been. Some kind of choir, which is cool. Interesting. Yeah, I don't want a copyright strike at all. But I am happy to announce to you guys that we have a happy mystical tape loop. And I was worried about what to do with it since it was pre-recorded, how I could delete it or whatever. But I realized I have a Tascam, so I can effectively, record over all 4 tracks at once. You don't have to worry about flipping the tape when you got a Tascam 414. And they're going up in price and value too. Harder to find. So if you want to get into it, I suggest you start looking, pick one up. There are also a ton of other 4-track recorders. These are just the ones I prefer. Okay, then. Well, I don't know if we're going to... What do we do now? We kind of figured that out. I repaired that tape. I can't listen for the splice. It's just going to be in there wherever it's at. And great. That gives me a nice chunk of endless tape loop to record something on for the next Ease show. Maybe a nice drone. How do you guys like drones? I know that sometimes they can get a little bit... what was the word that... the neutral container said in the last Ease show? Something about... It wasn't convoluted. It was some other word. Anyways. Back to the Ease 09 effects track. Wow. Well, what are we going to do here? I have some other backup tape up loops. And I still have the Freaky Galaxy one. Maybe I'll just play that for giggles here. That was last Tape Tuesday. And I kind of like that tape because on one of these tracks, probably track 1, it just says Galaxy. At some point in time. Cool. Well, I feel good about that. I didn't break my Tascam. We tested this tape out. It magically had something pre-recorded on it. Sold as blank. Was not blank. And I am sad that we couldn't get our super janky, dodgy tape bug monster, whatever this was going to be, tape to work. Here's our tape bug for today. It's becoming a thing. It's another community moniker, community meme. Unfortunately, there's not enough tape to tape this tape together to make a full tape bug. But I imagine we should free that reel up. Let's free it up. The leader's good. I will probably throw the tape away. Oh, I just broke the leader. Oh, come on, baby. It's a lot easier with the leader. Oh man, that's stuck. I'm gonna break a nail trying to get that figured out here. Maybe a good old... I keep a couple of toothpicks handy. Sometimes I need to put a toothpick in the Tascam because the tapes get squeaky. Now I do need a tape bug. Maybe we'll make a proper tape bug here because I got a lot of tape that's bugging me. Let's put the noodle back in. I guess I could call it that. It's a tiny noodle there. Oh, I lost it. Okay, here it is. This has definitely been kind of a strange Tape Tuesday episode, I think. I'm struggling a little bit here. Come on. Not as much as last week, though. I got you guys. I was very sick last week during the Ease show. You couldn't tell because I didn't have my microphone, but if I did, I would have sounded like a tiger. Come on, I'm trying to get this. Oh my gosh. This is the most difficult noodle I've ever tried to put back into a reel. Oh, it's good to come on here and hang out with you guys and say a whole bunch of weird stuff to confuse the AIs. You know they're listening. They're all watching. Not sure what they were looking for, though. Dang it, I can't get this, you guys. I think I got it, although it looks like feels like it's gonna fall right out there. Oh, there it goes. Jeez. The Jono, it's a bit thin, that's why. Okay, it doesn't even really want to fit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this back in sticky tape. I'm gonna put that back in. Oh, I just lost it again, didn't I? Man, I'm really losing it. What do I usually do with those? That might just be a thin one. I suppose I can put it in my little random bin of plastic jibber jobbers. We'll just do that because it's it's taking up too much time. Yeah, I got a lot of fun stuff in here. Mainly these things that hold the cassette tape together. Anyways, okay. Let's put this guy back together. Gotta keep a clean studio if you can. Call me if you can. Look at that. Suppose we could make a normal tape loop. Gotta think about what we're gonna record here today. Been working on my Euro rack setup quite a bit, getting that ready for the night capacitor show. So I was thinking we could pull out my baby case. We haven't heard the Galaxy yet either. Oh, it's because I've had the master volume down. That's silly. I'm leaving an Oodles of Noodles tape loop unattended with no
Galaxy.
There it is. There's their Galaxy. I don't know. Maybe Oodles of Noodles is the way to go. After today, I think that was the main feature of today is finding out that you can't make these by hand.
Galaxy.
Not in this Galaxy. We can. You just need some weird modifications or something. I just still wish I could get that to work, you know, without having all that crazy stuff inside there that it does.
Galaxy.
So maybe we'll record right onto this Oodles of Noodles tape loop. It does have that weird Galaxy track though. Okay.
Galaxy.
There it is. So, okay. Let me clean up just a little bit because I got to make some space for that module. Well, it's a couple of modules, but not exactly. I had to make myself a custom power supply to remove this. Well, it's the O coast or zero coast, no coast. I decided a while back I wanted to call it the no coast, but it's all of the above. Kind of like the 414 or the 414.
Galaxy.
Super tape bug today. Look at that tape bug. Wow, that's a tape monster. Okay, so let's continue to clean up here. Get the tweezers, get the screwdriver, toothpick, all my tools.
Galaxy.
All my tape tools. And this splicing block. I won't tell the story. I've told that story enough about the splicing block. But what I will say is, we miss you, Liminal. Where did you go? It's hilarious. To me, at least.
Galaxy.
I guess that was the tape we took out of that tape today. It'll go in my pile over here. All right, so a tiny preview of night capacitor. Oh, look at that! It's an empty module. I thought I would have enough room for this. Maybe I'm wrong. So many things going on here. Okay. Can you see it? So I made this
Galaxy.
made this custom case the other day, and it matches my other case, which is way longer. I can't remember the exact HP on these. I think, is this a 64? I don't know. These two cases came from this one came from my DFAM, this one came from my Mother 32, and I built these really cool oak side panels. These modules are not hooked in. They're brand new. I haven't tried them out yet. These are my clock dividers. These are going to be really good. But I gotta still figure out how to get power into this case or rearrange my other case, which has a ton of good stuff in there. But I'm gonna show you. Got some of these oak side panels here, and I've taken the Mother 32 and the DFAM case, and I've made them flat because I just like it like that. You know, keep it flat like the top of the hat.
Galaxy.
So let's see. I'm gonna get a little bit more room. Let's plug in the oak host. I don't particularly like the sound that this makes most of the time, but I think we can make something pretty good today. Because I remember, making the Tape Tuesday rituals, you gotta make a tape loop, which we did. And I would also imagine that we would need to record something to a tape loop or a tape being part of that Tape Tuesday ritual. Anyways, I got the last little tape for the tape bug there, and then I can just drop that.
Galaxy.
Okay, no more Galaxy. That's it for that. Let's see. We got the Tascam with the Oodles tape. I don't think I'm going to record on that today, you guys. Mainly because I don't want to take off this, which is kind of lazy of me. I could do, but it's okay. I got a whole bunch of tape loops here. Let's grab another one. Let's check it. We can listen to this for the splice on this one. It's a short one. It's kind of funny. Go through all that trouble just to end up back at a tiny, tiny tape loop. And doesn't look like there's any splice there, which is kind of nice. Nice for the splice. Okay, cool. That is empty. Too many tapes. Too many. Let's give one last round of applause to our Mystical tape loop number 1. We're gonna get you some great music on there. All right, back over to Baby Night Capacitor land. How we doing in the chat room, by the way? Yes, it's circusy. Someone making fun of me. It's a circus act. Yeah, isn't that? What is the Joker anyway? I mean, I know that a Joker would be kind of like a court jester, which is kind of like a clown. So I guess the Joker is a really like a highly evolved clown character. Joker, interesting. We got DJ Reggie C in the chat saying maybe 3D print a case like those. Yeah, I would do. I don't have a 3D printer though. I wonder. I was thinking. I'm wondering. I wonder a lot of stuff with making these types of weird things. 3D print specifically for the top with the notch. Yeah, wonder how that would go. I haven't seen many people 3D print the actual shell for a cassette, which would be kind of nice to do because every few months or so I find myself scouring through eBay trying to find a good deal on a lot of blank tapes. I have a little stockpile here in the studio of some really nice tapes, the TDK SA90s, and I only break those open if I'm really sure about what I'm recording to it, and I don't make loops out of those either because the tape itself is worth more than the tape itself. That's funny. We got Gonzin in the chat saying Disting NT for good drones. That's the who makes the Disting? Disting is a module for Eurorack. I was gonna get one of those, and then I decided on this other one, which is probably like the. I got a bunch of modules. We're gonna check those out on the Night Capacitor show, so make sure you're subscribed and don't miss it, because that's coming in hot. It's probably next week. I know I've been saying that for 3 weeks, but this time I actually might be ready. Okay, so this is kind of cool. Maybe I'll just take these modules out because they don't do anything. They're not plugged in at all at the moment. They were looking pretty cute though, so. It's all about stuff that's cool, awesome, and cute around here. Especially for when you're talking about that freaky teddy. Okay. So the lighting situation, yeah, this is maybe I don't need that much light. Let's see. We need more light though on the planet. Cool, something new, something a little bit different. Now, the reason why I took those modules out is so I could show you how I did this. I can't show you everything, but this is the Moog Mother 32 case, and the Moog has a 1/4-inch audio output right here, and the iLock or whatever that is, and it says 12 volt DC. Although what I'm doing is I've made myself a custom power supply that goes in, because of course I've removed the O-coast from its shell. Oh no! I have another one make noise, and so my warranty on that one is not void, okay? Jokes. Okay, but yeah, you will definitely void your warranty by removing an O-coast from its original case, which I won't show you. Okay, so but I got my freaky funky power supply, and I think I got the power cable around here somewhere, if I can. Oh, now here, where's Master Tiger? We will pull Master Tiger out of his slumber to make sure I have the correct power cord. So I will verify that really quick for you, Master. Yeah, that flashbacks to the Monosynth Monday episode with the whatchamacallit, MC303. So indeed, I'm pulling on the make noise master cable, power cable, and that is the right one. So all I do is take the make noise power cable and I plug it right in there. Boom, look at that. We've got power. So first things first, we need a cable so we can get the sound from this machine into this machine. Okay, so that's 1/4 inch on the Tascam track 1. Let's arm it for record. Set it to the mic line so we can hear what we're doing. I'll turn it down just a little bit. It's always a safe bet. Turn the volume down before you do anything or try anything. Okay, and then back over here at the O-coast. Plug it right on into this. I think it's the dynamic. Dynamic is the way to go. There's also line out, which I'll turn that down too. Oh gosh, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so we have that, and now what you got to do is get some patch cables, which I do have, just not exactly right in front of me. Freaky Teddy is keeping track of all my patch cables. Okay, thanks to the Freaky, I got a whole handful of these. I don't think we need much. We're not going to probably get too crazy with this. I just want to record. We got to record something to tape, so let's do it. Yeah, we got Master Tiger in the chat, as I thought, saying, "Oh yeah, get it right." We got DJ Reggie C. saying in the chat, I've seen also internal 3D little forms to manage the extra tapes inside. Very interesting. Yeah, I think that'd make sense to have some strange things. One of the guys on YouTube, what is it? His name is I Turn Knobs. He's got some millions of views, or 1 million views, I think, or a whole lot of views on his Oodles of Noodles cassette tape. And the guides, he had 3D printed the guides to manage the tape for the Oodles. And, and he had it going all the way down here and just packed it full of tape, which is fun. I'll probably, next time we make one of these Oodles tapes, I will try to see how much we can pack in there without causing too much trouble. But, it's not always about how much tape you can pack in there or how big your truck is. You just want it to work. And in my case, since I DJ these tapes, I like it to run smoothly. But yeah, we'll get back into the Oodles tape land at some point. Let's see if we can make some noise. Let's see if we can make some noise here on this Make Noise. Okay, I guess I have this lovely little patch cable holder. So what we'll do, let's see. That's a tap tempo, I guess. Okay, so we'll take a random voltage here. I don't have a pitch quantizer right here. I do have in my... That didn't feel right. It's not sticking. Maybe there's a little tape bug living in there. I'll throw this random... Well, let's see. This random voltage can go... I do kind of want to quantize that, really. But I probably need to mult this as well. Or no, the click... Okay. The click is already giving a random voltage, I guess, as a normal connection. Whatever. So trigger, I think gate is what we're looking for. And we should be hearing something somewhere at some time. Can you hear that? It's doing a little click, click, click. Now what I need to do is open the decay up a bit more. Here we go. Turns out I do know how to modular synth. Are you proud of me? That was one patch and we're hearing noise. We're making noise. All right, so let's see what we can do. I want to maybe make more of a drone, so smooth the onset here. Nice little sine wave. Still feel like that's got a bit of an attack. It's pulsing at me. Okay, let's see. None of these knobs are making any noise. I think you can do the slope. I gotta remember how to use this thing, but it should be. Crunchiness, weirdness. Let's give it some reverb. All right, so that's doing it really fast. There's that famous no coast noise there. It's kind of got a raspy sounding thing going on. It already sounds like it's reversed. I wonder if we should just record this straight away to the tape, but flip the tape around and then hear how that sounds, being like a already reversed sound. That makes any sense. And of course, I've tuned it up to the background music. That's always nice. Now with the drone like this, recording it to the tape, I think what I'll do is I'll hit record and I will just fade in the tape. Now let's make sure we're on a slow but not too slow. Yeah, we're in the Walkman mode. Okay, so let's see. I will look for the splice here. There it is. Maybe that'll be my guide. I'll let that. Okay, so let's just record this first track here. Give it a healthy level. Okay. So here we go. I'm gonna fade it in, fade it out. So it's got some sound on sound and is hopefully playing friendly with itself. Let's hear it, you guys. It hears just like it sounds. I mean, it sounds just like it did just a second ago. Let's flip it around. I wanted to hear that reversed sound. It sounds more forward like that, which is definitely different. Something strange. Okay, so now let's tune it up a bit and flip the Tascam back into record mode. Get this first track going again with the same kind of reversal sound. Maybe tone down. I can't even hear what's happening. Let's tone down that reverb a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I'm looking for the splice here over on the Tascam. And I will hit record right now. Let's fade it in. Fade it right on back out. It's a short loop. Let's hear it. It's kind of a nice drone. What do you think? Okay, so, one good drone deserves another. Let's hop over here and first things first, let's set it for track 2. Let's give it a little level. Arm it for the record. Now it's doubling it. Just trying to tune it. Lots of feedback on that echo there. Sorry about that, guys. And let's change the sound just a little bit more. That will also sound reversed, so let's flip the tape again. We still got these 2 middle tracks free. So I like that. I'm liking this drone. Let's record this one too. Nice little polymeter there, or polyrhythm, some people call it. And it's harmonizing very nicely with the ease background track, which I love. Okay, let's keep that track armed and ready, and just flip the tape, and so that one we just recorded will end up here on track 3. And I can already hear in my mind what I want to use for this next track, this last track. That was the note I was hearing. It doesn't sound as good as I wanted it to, though. One of those things with the O coast. There we go. Let's get some bass. That's not too bad. The raspiness, I do try to avoid it a little bit, though, if I can. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't sound that good. You know, this is a very powerful machine, that's why I'm keeping it around. I love the attenuverter. See, it goes red, green, it basically inverts the signal. Maybe I'll just get some. Maybe let's do some tape saturation. I'll push it. I'll push it a little bit heavy into the tape machine, and maybe that'll. Yeah, we're getting our crunch from the tape machine, not from the O coast itself. Now let me fix this interval to be a little less pulsy. I don't know what's doing that though. Oh, it's the. Slow down that tap tempo. That sounds pretty cool. Maybe we'll go for that. Is it bassy enough for you though? That's the real question. Okay. So I'm looking for the splice. Here we go. Let's fade it in and record. Never know how sound is going to sound on top of a splice. Let's hear how it turned out. I'll solo that one track for you guys. Crunchy, just the way we like it. That's a crunchy drone, my friends. And no reverb on that. That's coming through clean. I like that. Yeah, I like that. I like it a lot. We got Gonzin in the chat saying, "Don't give up." I never will. Never did do, and I never will. Here we go. Let's hear some more of these. That's a cool tape loop. I like that. And it's still tuned up with the E's in the background, but we can play the pitch a little here. That's my favorite part. Playing with the pitch. That's a good tape loop. So I'm proud of that. I like that. And we did a whole bunch of new stuff today, so give me a round of applause. No, what you really got to do is give me a like and subscribe, because when we get to 500 subscribers, immediately when I get the notification, boom, I'm going live. It's tape week. I know Master Tiger is still here waiting for that tape week. And then when tape week is over, it's going to be tape month, tape year, tape life. But I got some surprises for you with this night capacitor show coming up. I think I'm going to be going live quite a lot with that. Whenever I feel like it, I'm just going to go. Tempted to make that a show, just a fire-in show, if you know what I mean. What I mean, I'll tell you, is that if I have the time, if I feel like it, I'm just going to go live and jam on my machines, and I'm going to record the whole session for ya. So yeah, it'll be cool. I mean, I was doing night capacitors years ago when I first got my modular set up and started buying all this hardware. That's what I called it, night capacitor, because it was always at the end of the night. It was the night cap, right? Don't drink. No. Kids. Anyways. Hey, we got Richard in the chat. How we doing, Richard? I haven't seen you. Welcome back. So many machines, Richard. Saying I said apple laws, not apple. Apple. Give me an apple. for teaching you how to make tape loops the right way and the wrong way. You see, I show you how not to do it. That's better. Nice one. Good to see you, Richard. So many machines, Richard. Glad you could all make it out here today. I think we're done, my friends. I like that tape loop. That's a good one. All right, well, I think that was quite the successful show. A little bit frantic, but you know, that's part of the fun. Don't be scared to be a little bit frantic every now and then. Helps you get stuff done. And you gotta frantic around. Anyways, well. Anything else? What do you want to chat about? I got a couple more minutes, I think. Maybe should I play you a song? I don't know. I always do that. Maybe I'll play you the full version of the song I played earlier. That might be a nice send-off. Let me get that ready here. Yeah. Let's see what's going on over in the Ableton here. I'll make you a specific wave for the outro. Let's see if I can do it. I know I can. I want to play you this whole song. I don't think I've played this song yet on my channel. I could be wrong, but it's a long boy song. I like to make really long songs. None of this Instagram 1 minute, 2 minute stuff you can't DJ or you have to loop for ages, which doesn't sound fun if people are trying to dance to your jams. Yeah, I've always made really long songs and I'm not going to stop doing that. I mean, technically Ease is a long song. Well, no, technically that's a DJ set of tapes, but right. So this, my friends, is The Land of Pictures. It's on my album Vegas Starshine. That's on all streaming platforms, of course. You can also check that album out right here on YouTube. Probably the easiest thing to do if you want to hear it. It's cool. It's a whole story. It's the story of my soul, or at least what I can remember deep down in my soul. But yeah, so The Land of Pictures by yours truly, Electric Archaic. I'll play the whole thing for you guys. Check it out. Yeah, this song I made, with a night capacitor, which is a long jam session on my machines. I'm gonna do my absolute best to refine that show, and hopefully after a whole handful of those shows, I can say that the night capacitor is just a show, but at the moment it's going to be a bit of a studio session. And I do plan on releasing those stems somewhere, somehow. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. We'll be bringing out the TB303 and all the other machines I have. So, and I keep accumulating machines, it seems. I'm excited for these clock dividers. You really need... I want a whole wall of clock dividers. Ooh. What could you do with a whole wall of clock dividers? Yeah, so I got to rebuild my modular synth, I think. That's the fun thing about modular synths, is that you can kind of do whatever you want with them. Given enough space, you can make it happen. But it's cool. I finally got a module that I can run on the Tape Tuesday show. What do you think of that? It's not just Tascams and 303s over here anymore. Once again, I love you all, and I love this planet, and I know that you love this planet too. Love your mother. And never forget this one, that you are the one. And with your power, you can make a better today for yourself and for everyone on the planet. Oh my gosh, I'm getting on my soapbox here. Keep it pure, keep it clean, keep it a little bit freaky. You know what I mean. Here's the good one. This is what I played you earlier, but you get to hear it in its full context now. I'll be quiet, I'll be quiet. Feeling good, feeling great. Oh yeah. Once again, I love you all, and I love this planet. And I know you love this planet too. You gotta love your mother. This has been Tape Tuesday, episode 27. Have a good week, everybody. Thank you, Kiera. Thank you, Gonzin. Thank you, Claire Bear. Thank you, Master Tiger. Thank you, Misty Forest, aka the DJ. Maybe I'll just call you the DJ. DJ Forrest. Thank you, Rooftops. Thank you, Dolphin. Thank you, Neutral Container. And thank you, Hen, number 10. That's the top fans. I don't think I missed anyone unless YouTube cuts them out, but yeah, great ones all around. That was a fun episode. I'll catch you on the next show, my friends. Once again, give a like and subscribe if you've had fun here today. Tell your friends, tell your freaky friends. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace and love in the happy galaxy. All right.